Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Red Flood. It's Russia. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So last time we have defeated the, I don't remember, like, Duskovsky? Anyway, we defeated the rival head for the government here, which is fantastic. For our focus, what do we want to take? We won the Civil War. It's basically what I'm trying to get at. Factory output goes up. Claim to stay. I mean, stability is always pretty good, so I'm going to take that first and foremost. I do see supplies are pretty bad for purple here. You know what? Actually, can I have you spread out a little bit more? Will that work? Rigid. Okay, this is actually cohesion. It's not what I want. But I need some of you. Like, why don't you go here? We'll send you over to there. We'll send you to here. Just try to spread out the supplies at least a little bit so you don't get completely bogged down in nonsense. Also, we're making outdated equipment. Is this the old submarine? Yeah, we don't gotta worry about that too much. The submarine, I'm sure, will be fine. Yes, let us crack down on the socialists first and foremost. I don't think they have, like, that. They actually have, like, no support. What else are we cracking down on? Vanguard and Popular. Both go down by 15%. Quite literally, they're both sitting at 0, so I don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever. And then for you, Polyarchy, Despotism. Are we not a Polyarchy? Isn't that us? No, yeah, we are a Polyarchy. So I'm not too sure we're reducing our own support here, but that's okay. Czechoslovakian coup in Yakutia. That should be okay. Far East Slavic Republic? Wait. We're saying that's the Czechoslovakia do a coup in the Far East? That does not seem great for us. At some point, we need to unify all of Russia. I just don't know exactly when that's going to happen. Okay, what do we want to take next? Let's go for Purge the Traitors. The final crackdown. Victory in the Southern War, while a great boon for the stability of our government, did not mean the end of the traitist activity in Russia. Beginning during the Southern War, now growing and emboldened by the state of emergency, radical elements have taken the opportunity to try and undermine the government and the army. While the purge on paper seems like an easy task to accomplish, in reality many of these socialists and revolutionaries are spread out, and several have gone to the ground, making a purge with current resources strained on the government. While many remain certain the government will be able to handle the crisis, others aren't so sure, and have suggested to help deal with the socialist vermin that we recruit the help of more radical elements. Support comes in the form of the Union of Young Russia, known as the Union of Mausadori, or just the Mausadori, a party which opposes the return to the monarchy under a new ideology, the Tsar and Soviets. Another group that can support us is the followers of Mikhail Dekritz, whose radical Christian fanaticism can be used to our purge. There are some internal opposition in working with these groups. Some ministers claim that working with them might help legitimize their status in Russia, and allow them to grow in influence. Recreating a problem for the government sets out to fix in the first place. But already many others support and welcome their help, as several government officials don't see the harm in allowing radicals to help purge socialist agitators across Russia. They view this as a way to contain the influence of both Mausadori and Dietrichs, and allow them to be used as a tool for the government. Whatever choice we made, one thing is for certain, the final destruction of the socialism in Russia is at hand. I don't believe we need their help, because we're quite literally at 0-0. There are no socialist elements in Russia. Like, is there any in the Baltics? A little bit. Very little bit here, but... I mean, actually, but you're not socialist, Tom. I mean, the highest is going to be in the Baltics, but even then, they're like 2 or 3%. It's not really a big deal. Rubber. Do we have any factories we can still trade? The answer is no, but the economy hates us. Successful purge! At last, seems the dangers of Republican and populist elements have been crushed. Any that dare yet stand against Tsardom have been broken and have fled to sympathetic republics on our borders. The work with more than a decade of anti-revolutionary leadership is finally complete. Russia may now begin to tend to her immediate surroundings and rebuild her prestige. Let's go. Let's do an oath of loyalty next. Get a little bit more support here. Are we in a coalition? The current ruling party is right-wing authoritarian. But I don't think we're in an alliance with the despots. As sad as that, I mean, it would be nice. And also, this is currently... Okay, daily change at 0.00. Persia has fallen to the socialists. Well, we might see them join up with the Germans. I'm not too sure. How long did these folks take? 14, 14. So these are all very, very, very fast. What do we want to take next? Let's go with the Commission of Starving Areas. We get a little bit of weekly stability. I will almost always take stability focuses first. They're always, always, always good. Deploy units. So I wanted to... Yeah. Let's deploy these guys here. So you three... I'm going to send you to Red Army for now. I think that seems completely fine. At some point, will you guys please, like, reintegrate yourself back into Russia? I would really, really appreciate that. Army training programs. Can't do that because we don't have a lot of command power at the moment, unfortunately. So what are you? Tungsten and rubber. That's kind of what we're missing right now. Okay, let's also remove the famine. I think that seems like a positive thing. What does it actually give us? Division organization, population goes down, consumer goods. So we can maybe use one civilian factory. If we're lucky, one civilian factory will be available to us. Let me just open up this my beverage here. Oh, no, okay, never mind. It's going to explode if I open it. Well, we'll leave that sitting on the side for a little bit. Okay, food for the cities. Let us end the famine. And we got some artillery upgrades. So it's 37, so I think we go for all of our 37 industry techs, though it's never going to be a bad choice. And I think we maybe also want to take a level of fuel gain efficiency. Because we don't have a ton of fuel. There should be some oil down here in Baku, but we need to actually invade this area at some point. They are accelerationists, so they're probably going to align themselves with France at some point, which is not great. But what you have to do what you got to do, right? Okay, yes, let's reconstruct our industry after the Civil War. Luckily, I mean, the Civil War wasn't too bad, all things considered. The Caucasian Federation of Soviets declared war on the Republic of Armenia. Oh, are you, like, exploding? Oh, no, you've just decided to declare war on both of your neighbors. I mean, that's kind of fine for us. If the Russian National Peasants Republic can take over Baku, maybe we can reincorporate them into our nation. Or the Kazakh society ends up just winning their war, which would not be... I was gonna say it wouldn't be great, but I don't actually know if it would be really bad either. I think either way, it's not... Okay, actually, the Baltic states have completely collapsed. We got the Republic of Estonia. We got the Latvian national state. I mean, we took over some territory here, and I'm happy with that. But, yeah, like, I think we took over, like, these handful of provinces. I don't even know when you exploded. It must have just happened while it was off screen. Okay, let's do our more army training protocols here. Get our next focus, which is restoring the status quo and the end of the Straits Commission. After several bloody weeks, the brutal attacks against foreign delegation in Constantinople have finally worn the Commission's forces out. Seeing the running the wall, the Italians, the Britons, and the Russians have begrudgingly struck a deal with the Sultanate, taking advantage of the original 15-year period of occupation for the Straits of Marmara, drawing to a close. In fact, immediately, all Commission representatives, foreign nationals without permanent residence, and international police operatives must leave the country before the expiration of the Treaty of the Funco on the 2nd of May of this year. Unluckily for the Commission, no deal can be struck with the Führer's mob. Both the European troops and the Sultan's men have had to barricade and fortify safe roads for the evacuees to safely reach the docks. The serpentine streets of the city are full of dangers and bonfires to the liberation of the fatherland. Rumors are of troubles brewing in the east, and the fear of a second civil war do nothing to calm down the increasing radicalized populace that looks up to the Sultan for guidance and comfort. Anarchy remains the undisputed master of the city of Seven Hills, but how long her reign may last is anybody's guess. Okay, so I'm assuming you're probably going to annex your two puppet states, because you have... Oh, you're actually no longer a puppet. I know, you have Kurdistan as a puppet. Normally they have you have a puppet as well, but I guess that may be changed. Also, Ayn Rand is here. Ayn Rand is taking over parts of Eastern Europe. Or not Eastern Europe, Northeast. Eastern Russia? Okay, civil war in Anatolia. You're all at war with each other. Actually, you're not at war with Kurdistan. But there's a war going on in Turkey. I don't know if we have anyone we directly support. I guess do we support the national government, maybe? I'm not too sure. Okay, the winds of change. I guess the answer would be kind of don't support anybody. We would prefer to own Constantinople directly, but I don't think that's going to be happening. The Autonomous Army Territory declared war in the National Restoration Council. Literally, that doesn't tell me jack shit about anything. I don't know where that is. I'm going to assume it's probably, yeah, it's over in, Old Zelyorussia. The winds of change. We managed to destroy all enemies of the Kolchak clique, and have wiped out all enemies of the glorious Mother Russia. From communists to Drovotskites, we have driven out the lands of the beautiful future under Kolchak's ideal. However, all is not well, as multiple cliques within the clique are looking to change things according to their agenda, and change Russia to their utopian ideals. We shall observe them carefully. We should now, yes, have a new focus tree. Fantastic. The Reign of Kolchak. Let's freaking go. To do the National Assembly. Emperor in name only. We restore order and begin reforming our army and reunite Russia. Presumably that happens no matter which one of these we take. And I'm guessing you are basically putting in a negative 15%. Empire without an emperor, political power gain. So I don't know. Monarch in all but name. The illusion of legitimacy. Cult of the Supreme Ruler. I mean, this one, the Eternal Regency seems a little bit better. But you also have an event. And I like events. Does it matter which of these we take? Dream of a Tsar Liberator. Counter reforms of the Black Bloc. So this is the NIRD. RNID is the reactionaries. And then you are the Polyarchy Party. And then the SGOR become the ruling party. And they are us. Well, I don't see why we would go for well, Kolchak being leader of the party. We'll probably just go Dream of a Tsar Liberator for this run. Okay, so let's go for the National Assembly. We'll remove a lot of penalties from us, which I'm very, very happy to see, because I don't like having a bunch of penalties. And once we do, probably going to go Emperor name only. We'll get ourselves a new Emperor. But let's be honest, Kolchak's the real power here. Also, who's just fighting a war against us? You are. Even though you're currently still fighting against the Kazakh society. Did you kill? Oh, you killed Armenia. Okay. Now, do I need to send more troops to this front line? I think the answer might be yes. So let's delete red. We're going to put you on the border right here in Crimea. Push you towards their capital. I don't imagine they have too many units. Also, I think you've just declared war on everybody here. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Like, I'm not too worried about that. Because if the other Russian states want to kind of consolidate their territory, it just means that I personally have to fight less wars. And I'm okay with that. We want one of you. HP? Relentless assault, victory, or death. You know what? Just give me a flat 10% HP. I usually don't take HP upgrades. You know what? Why not try it out here? Soch has been re-elected in Danzig. I don't think... We don't care what the Germans are up to. If the Germans want to elect some socialists, so be it. The time has finally come for us to fill the vacant throne. After more than 15 years of the Russian Empire, shall have an emperor again. The only thing left to decide is who shall take their place. There are 4 individuals of royal lineage that the Semi-Sobor has narrowed down to the choices to. First, I mean, there's only actually 2 choices here. First is Prince Voliet Inviek Romanov, godson and cousin of late Tsar Nicholas II. Then there is Prince Andrei Alexander Romanov, cousin of late Tsar Alex II. And the other 2 candidates are not Romanovs at all. They are, in fact, Rukids. The Semi-Sobor is seen fit to allow Russia to the option to leave the name Romanov behind it and choose among other royal nobles of the empire. Well, I only have 2 choices. So you are Andre is the cousin. And then you're the godson, Grand Duke. Let's do the Grand Duke. That sounds fine. He looks like a nerd. He looks like Superman. You know what I mean? Why can't Clark Kent? He looks like Clark Kent. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. Okay, so can I now begin invading? Appeal to namers. No, 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 no. Let me just zoom out. Okay, we have some trees here. Unite the Empire. Has completed, reorganized the Stavka. Which is you. Okay. And then you need have Russia is unified. This allows us to kind of push our way into Europe a little bit more. So what do we want to do? I think actually we do want to rush our way down to reorganize the Stavka. And start our unification process. Declare war on Finland. And Latvia. Apparently not Estonia, though. At least not yet. Yeah, so I think we want to get our way down there ASAP. Unification, as quickly as we possibly can, I think makes the most amount of sense. Unification for us is good. And you guys, you all seem pretty confident with an attack. So if they decide to invade, for whatever reason... Did you actually win your war? No. I think you're actually kind of losing, embarrassingly enough. Okay, you have killed off Kurdistan. What do we have here? 2,000... I mean, I like all of you. We do need all three of these anyway, so we'll get that done. Should be done 2 months from now, give or take, and then we can begin our invasions. Because I also want to... You want just a negative 100 political power, which does sound pretty bad. Oh, but you'd also would be pretty good. I would like to take this focus here if I could. Stability goes up. Political power gain goes by 5%. And now I did see that you're now at war with Rasputin. Let me just say that things in Russia are very confusing, to say the least. I don't know what's happening. Infantry expert, absolutely. Always, always, always going to take infantry expert. I think it's by far always the best choice. Naval industry, we don't care about. Let's go 2 times support equipment next. And how much equipment do we have? What are we looking at for our logistics? 20,000 rifles and a lot of tanks? Okay, we probably should be training up more units then. So let's get you two here. And which one of you is better? I think it's you. Just give me 5 for now. I think seems okay. 14,000 rifles. We still have like a lot of tanks. Might as well make... Can I make you just into like a 20 combat with unit? Just more motorized and more... Well, you know what? 16 should be fine for now. Let's throw in a support artillery as well on these guys. Okay, we got the Sabbath ceasefire. And then for infantry, is there anything else we want? We could add an engineering company in here. And you know what? We can basically afford it. We're going to need a little bit more support equipment, but it's not so bad. Because how much support equipment are we actually making right now? We have 4 factories on it, which is significantly more than I usually would put on this. We're still at 9 here. Can I trade? Hey, we can actually trade. Okay. I think I want to trade with Malaysia. And then I want to trade 1 rubber. We'll trade that with the Dutch. Again, we don't want to trade with the socialists. We'll probably end up at war with them at some point anyway, so it makes sense to not worry about that. Oh, so the Peasant Republic's definitely going to get killed off very, very soon. And I don't believe we're going to be able to actually take any land here. Which is a little sad. It's a little sad for us. But we're going to reorganize the army. And then we're going to basically start pushing our way into our former territories. Let me see here. Because what do we actually get from this? War support. We declare war on Latvia, Finland, and Finland. Okay. Locks prepare to attack the Kazakh society. Russia declares war on the Peasant Republic. That, well, actually, we can't do... We have to actually... Oh, Finland declare war on us. Well, I didn't see that one coming. I will say. But I think that at least for right now, this is going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So if you enjoyed, thumbs up. Not enjoying, thumbs down. You want to see more, subscribe, and goodbye.